guys, welcome back to my channel. I have some really annoying leftover lash extensions on my eyes, so let's try and ignore that. I've already primed my skin with my Makeup Forever smoothing primer, so I'm just going to refreshen my skin with this Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray. This seems to help hydrate my skin to prepare for a long day ahead. For foundation, I'm using the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation that I used for my recent full face first impressions video, and I really liked it, so this has been my favorite go-to foundation lately. And of course, I'm using my MORPHE E44 brush to blend all that in. For concealer, I'm using Tarte's Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm applying that underneath my eyes and my T-zone to brighten up those areas. Then I'll be using my E46 brush to spread that out, and then immediately following it up with my damp beauty blender to make sure everything is intact and well blended. Then I'm going to use my Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder to set the outer perimeter of my face. The one I have specifically comes depotted because I usually order it from Makeup Forever directly to depot them into my Z palette for easy access. After that, I'm going to bake my face using the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder. This is actually my first time using this, and I liked how it had a lid that's attached to the opening so it doesn't spill out. I'm going to apply a generous amount of powder underneath my eyes, my T-zone, and then with the powder that's left, I'm going to just gently set the rest of my face. Moving on to the eyebrows, I'm using my favorite micro brow pencil by NYX. I'm first using the shade Blonde for the inner and middle sparse areas. Then I'm going to use the shade Chocolate for the outer arch. Using the spoolie on the other side of the brow pencil, I'm going to blend the colors together. I'm also going to gently set the inner brows with my fluffy brush while dusting away the powder on my T-zone. Moving on to my eyes, I'm going to prime my eyes with the Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC, and I'm also going to clean up under the eyebrows with it. For my shadows today, I'm going to use the 35F palette by MORPHE. I'm first going to start off with the soft beigey shade as my first transition shade, and I'm using a pretty dense blending brush to apply that. Next, using that peachy brown shade, I'm going to use the same brush to apply it right below the beige as our second transition shade. I'm going to zoom in now for you guys to see the colors and the placement better, but I'm using the reddish brown shade and I'm placing that right on the outer corner, just below the socket in a circular motion using a dense dome blending brush. After that, I'm gonna go back to the previous shade to blend all that out. Next, I'm using that gorgeous shimmery bronze and I'm applying that on my lid halfway out, and I'm just going to build that up until I'm satisfied with the intensity. Then I'm going to grab a clean brush and just blend away any harsh lines that might be there. And after that, I'm going to use the same fluffy brush we used earlier, and I'm going to just dust away the remaining powder and finish up the eyeshadow by blending my lower lash line with the same reddish brown shade we used. To brighten the look a little bit, I'm going to tap a bit of the Frosty Vanilla shade on my inner corners with my finger. And I wanted the look to have a bit more depth, so I'm going to add some dark brown on the outer edges with my pencil brush. For eyeliner today, I'm using Monster Supercharged Liner in Brown by Ardency In for both top and bottom of my eyes. Then I'm going to use the same pencil brush we used earlier to smudge that out for a much softer look. For lashes today, I'm applying the new faux mink lashes in number 811 by Ardell. Since I had some lash extensions left, I'm going to brush the leftovers together with the falsies using the spoolie we used earlier. This is a great way to blend your natural lashes with the falsies without using mascara. Moving on to finishing up my face, I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer to gently contour and bronze my face. I'm also going to contour my nose with it, then I'm going to move on to my blush. For blush, I'm using my NARS Orgasm Blush because it's Valentine's Day and no pun intended. For highlight, I'm using the Strobe Light in 100 Watts by LA Girl, and this highlight gives me chills every time because the glow is so real. For my lower lashes, I'm using the L'Oreal Feline Mascara to add both volume and length. And finally, for our lips, I'm using the Cocoa Collection by Gerard Cosmetics, and I wasn't sure if I wanted the nude or red, but I decided to go with the softer look and apply the Close Liquid Lipstick, which is a really pretty peachy nude shade. Now, if you like your lips and your makeup the way it is right now, feel free to complete the look right here, but I wanted to show some of you that don't like matte lips that you can always add a gloss on top to give it a luscious look. I'm using the Damn Gina lip gloss, also from the same collection, for that reflective, juicy lips. Alright guys, that completes this look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment on what you guys would like to watch next. I love you all, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!